All right, I'm back. I'm Jill Blanchette, and I am here with my fourth alternate to the Sweeter With You Paper Pumpkin Kit for July. And the card we are going to make is this. Stands up. So I'm going to film in a variety of segments and put them all together so that I can see if I can simplify this with some speed. So I will get going and show you guys what to do. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is I have Poppy Parade ink, Strawberry Slush ink, and we are going to just do one at a time, randomly, strategic, however you want to do it, all over the paper with the strawberry. So do some strawberry slush, turn the stamp. We want it pretty full of strawberries. We're gonna hop on over to, did I say Real Red? I might have said Real Red. I meant Poppy Parade. So now we're gonna come over with our Poppy Parade and just fill in all the spaces. But we got to come back with the green stem, so I guess don't go too crazy with getting them too close together like I was doing there, because we do have to put the stems on them. So from there, we can always go back. We want to do some Granny Apple green and some garden green for the tops. Doesn't matter which ones you do in which color, but you do want to sort of semi keep your surface clean, because the back of your paper will pick it up. And you could see it when we get down to the final steps. You could see it on the inside of the card. So just going to go through and put this on all the strawberries. So this is where I'll pause and come back in a minute. Okay, I got it all done. Now we're going to come through with our Lemon Lolly. The color in the kit is Daffodil, but I'm going to use Lemon Lolly. I think I just want the strawberries to be the star of the show. So I'm going to wipe this stamp off. Then now I'm just going to stamp in all of the white space. So again, I'll pause you while I stamp these all over. All right, so now that we have all of the stamping done on the card, we're going to cut it in half. And this is a 8.5 by 11, so we're going to cut it in half at 5.5. Set one piece aside. That'll be like our front. Now we're going to go ahead and score it in half at 4 1/4. Then we need to score again at 2 1/8 on each side. Turn that and do 2 1/8. So now we're going to fold it in half. I'm going to go slow so that and we're going to take our trimmer and we're going to go at 1.5 inches. No, we're going to go at 1 inch. Let me get my ruler. Yep, 1 inch. So come to 1 inch. And then this here is like 2 1/8 inches through there. So we want to cut in at like 1.5. So we're going to come to 1 inch along the side. Make sure I'm in the screen for you to see. 1 inch along the side. And we're going to cut in 1.5. While that's folded. So we got our card folded in half. And we're going to cut into 1.5. Now we're going to do, I just did that wrong. That was supposed to be at 1. Do not do what I just did there. We're going to cut to 1.5. So at 1, you're going to cut into 1.5. Then on this side, put it at 1 and cut in to 1.5. Okay. Then you're going to turn it, and probably this way is easier to put the folded edge at 1.5. Get your cutter out of the way. Bring your scoring blade to the 1 inch mark, and you're going to score to the 4.5 mark so that you stop an inch before this side. So I'm going to drag it to 4.5, and I'm going to go back to 1 inch. Then you can flip it and do the same thing. So we're at 1.5, and we're going to be at 4.5 and go down to 1. Score that a couple times. And just for the sake of this bad cut I got here, I'm going to cover it up with some tape. So let me get some tape. Hold on. I don't want you guys all confused about why I have this piece trying to do its own thing when I'm showing you. So I'm going to tape that shut. All right. So we have a score at 2 1/8, 4 1/4, and then turn it and do 2 1/8 again. Fold it in half. Come in 1 inch from the top and 1 inch from the bottom, and cut in 1.5 inches. So you've got this. And then on each side, you're going to score at that 1.5 inches between the two. Then when you open it, this piece is going to go back. These little pieces are going to come forward. And then these are going to, let me score everything. See, this is why we want to be careful when you do your stamping, because you could see, and then these are going to come out. This comes out. This comes out. And this little piece comes out. So we can lay it down like that for now. Our 2 little 1 inchers come out. We've scored there where we cut in. And then these will come forward. So it will look like this. See how that sticks up there? So these two come out, and then where we cut loose goes back, and it folds on those 2 score lines that we made. If you have any questions about what I did, you can always message me or email me at greenthumbstampers@hotmail.com. You can always do that, and I will see what I can do to help. So then this piece We just need to fold that in half or score it at 4 1/4. That's our card front and back. You don't have to, God, my blade must need to get changed. You wouldn't have to do the back if you didn't want to. It was just easier to do the whole piece. So I'm going to go ahead and, no, I'm not going to glue it on yet. So we're going to move on to the next step. Okay, so now I have all the pieces that we're going to need to finish it off. Right here. So I have taken the long sentiment piece from the kit and I cut off 1 1/4 inches. But you can also measure. I went straight up. I wanted to go up here and glue it on, and I probably could cut off a little more even. So let me see where we're at, because yep, I can cut off a little bit more. We'll cut right at that scallop. You guys can see I don't do a lot of measuring, which is really bad of me. I eyeball a lot. I just mark with a pencil a lot. So we've got this piece now, and on the inside I put "Hope Your Day is a Happy One." I got that from the So Sincere stamp set, and I used Garden Green ink. Move this out of the way. I got quite the mess going over here. Where's the Garden Green? Who sees it? Way down here. Okay. So I use the Garden Green ink, and I'm just going to stamp that. Shore that up a little bit. Hope that's straight. I'm just going to stamp that about in the center. And then I'm going to fold it in half. You can score it if you like. Burnish on my fold, good. And now I'm going to put some glue on it. And we're going to stick that right in the center. One half is stuck, so we'll close it shut on it, get it all stuck on there. And then now when it opens, we have our sentiment in the middle, like that. And I did have a little flower that I'm going to put in there, and I'm going to use the Granny Apple Green. My thing is already with Garden Green, so we're going to use Garden Green. Just on a scrap piece of white. I got this here, so let's use that. We're going to cut it out. We want to use two sets of leaves. Whoa. We don't need the stem. Can cut the stem out. Here. All right. Then I'm going to cut it in half. We will then put a little bit of glue on it. glue bottle's getting all gooped up. And glue it to our flower. And put a little bit of glue on that one. Glue it to our flower. And then we're going to glue our flower down here on the card. Oh, I popped it up, I think. Yeah. Let's find our dimensionals. We'll pop it up. Got a big dimensional, so it's going to hold those leaves in place. I'm just going to stick it down here, so when it folds, this goes out. When it folds up, it's not getting stuck. So now we can go on to the front real quick. We'll set that aside. I've got the rectangle vellum piece that I'm just going to stick here, and this is one of those times I'm going to have to grab an old retired punch because there was 3 of those these in the kit, and I've used them all already. So let me see if this punch is even going to work. It feels like it's going to be stuck. So I just got one of the punches, and I got my Life is Sweeter with You stamp somewhere on one of these blocks. Let's see. You're the best. What? Oh, here it is. It's not on a block. All right, so we're going to try and wipe that off a little bit because it's red. And use our garden green again. Life is Sweeter with You. We'll plop that. Ooh, it looks like it might be red. I gotta plop it very gently. Right in the center. So now the thing from the kit has a polka dotted circle around. You could layer another circle in here. All kinds of things you could do if you want the extra like circle in there. So then I'm going to glue it on. This is kind of like built according to the kit in a way. This one I didn't. I'm going to glue that down there. I've got a You're the Best in Garden Green. Jeez, that's loud. Put that on one of the pink pieces. We got a big strawberry. That's going to glue flat like down here. You're the Best. I'm going to glue that flat across the front. I think we'll lift it up a little bit. No, I'm going to bring it down. You're the Best. And then we have a couple of the flowers. I'll try and bend them with my finger a little bit this time. Just flick up the things as I'm scraping out and up. Break those fibers down. Put a little glue. We'll put that one. Let's see. We should probably glue that onto the front. Oh, and look, that mess I made. I'm going to cover that up. I'll glue that on right there. And then for this, I'm going to glue on everywhere that there's something covering it up. I think I could maybe put glue down there and it won't show through, but I'm not going to take that chance. So we're just going to glue it on like this. Give it a little bit of a center down there. And I'll take my last little flower and bend it up and a little glue on it. And that guy will go down here. And then that is the front of the card. So then to assemble, we're going to come in with our other piece that we already did, and we're going to put some glue on the left side. And I'm going to match it up to the inside on the left, right here. And glue it down. Then I'll put some glue on the right side here. Now you can close this all up and shut that down. And then kind of do your pushing around and stuff to make sure you got it in the right spot. And then just give it a little bit of a press to make sure that it is all glued down. Then, why do I have an extra strawberry? Did I put it on the inside? No, I did not. I just brought it over because I thought I needed to. But you could glue another strawberry in here, over here, so that when it opens up, it would stick out a little bit. Like that. And then, if you wanted, like I said, to leave this part blank, then you could write on it or put another piece in here so that you can write on. There we go. That is our fourth and final card for this kit. I appreciate you hanging in there with me and watching, and hopefully you watched all four. If not, I hope you enjoyed the 1 or 2 or 3 that you did watch. I will be back again next month, so thank you so much for watching, and see you later. Bye, everybody.